Welcome to my corner of the internet. RTX is going on, and the RWBY panel just aired yesterday, and with it, our first new look at stuff for Volume 9 since we had that work in progress a couple months ago. The biggest thing coming out of it is probably that RWBY is now being delayed until early 2023. Still no official date, just a specific window. And you know what? I'm pretty okay with that actually. Since Volume 5, I've been saying that RWBY doesn't need to be a yearly show, and that I, I just don't want a release date to either be the excuse that something either isn't up to par or that you had to cut content that would have otherwise been in the show. So I'm perfectly fine with that. But we're not just delaying it to refine it more. It's being delayed to make a Justice League RWBY crossover, which is kind of weird, I would say it's unexpected, but we have the comics, but still, I wouldn't expect a full-length movie. I mean, it feels like Daddy WB just kind of kicked in the door and said, hey, make a crossover movie. And it's like, oh yes, Daddy WB, and we're here now, I mean, I guess, am I still gonna watch it? Yeah. Is it gonna be good enough to delay Volume 9 even more? Remains to be seen.
Hey, so I'm gonna pause on that real quick. This is Future Sean here, and I just had a thought. What if this Justice League movie turns out to be some elaborate marketing campaign for that game Multiverses? If that's true, then I'ma lose my damn mind. But hey, if you see a member of Team RWBY show up in that game, just know you heard it here first. Alright, let's get back to it.
But we have some news on. Well, we had a teaser for Volume 9, and we get to see a little bit more of the island. They call it the Ever After, which kind of lines up with a lot of people's theories that it could be kind of afterlife related, but just looking at it, it seems very Alice in Wonderland, which I know was another big idea that a lot of people had. There's still the giant central tree, which I know a lot of people, myself included, thought that was obviously in some connection to Idrisil, but it seems like Alice in Wonderland is the main theme that we're getting to. I mean, you have what could be the Cheshire Cat. You have, I don't know if they're wearing the crown or not, but the crown is there for your Queen of Hearts stand-in. You have whatever this purple thing is, could be your Jabberwocky stand-in. But I'm gonna be honest, when I first watched it, I thought it was kind of related to the God of Darkness, just because it's purple. And if you look at the horns, they're kind of like his, in a way. Like they're related enough to where I'm not ashamed that I brought that up. How about that? Yeah. Let's just go with that. But a lot of it, the island just seems very strange. It's very vibrant, it's very RWBY and the Multiverse of Madness type stuff. You got talking animals. You got a mouse that likes to eat cheese that grows from the ground, and they apparently have some mouse society. I don't know what that's about. But getting onto our characters in the teaser, we have a couple scenes where it seems like RWBY is just full on suffering, which makes sense. I mean, we are coming off of the greatest loss since the fall of Beacon, the fall of Alice, pretty much, and RWBY is just full on not having a good time. She's in depression mode. Have her in this dark void looking stuff. Well, it almost reminds me of how Jen showed them in the fairy tale. It kind of looks like that, but I'm not exactly sure what to make of it right now. And you know what? I know a lot of people wanted RWBY to have this sort of mental breaking point. They were tired of her being chipper and being the typical shonen protagonist of, we can do this, my friends are my power. So it seems like you're getting that this volume. And it seems like they're kind of having a central theme of what are you? I mean, and that could be in a lot of things. In the 4-minute teaser, she met Little, I think was the mouse's name, but she met Little, and Little asked her what she was, and she said, "Oh, I'm a human. I'm a girl. I'm a huntress." But I think that question is what's going to be answered by the end of this volume, and whether she wants to maybe just be Ruby Rose, or does she want to be Ruby Rose the hero? See, because it kind of feels like it's too late to ask that question, but at the same time, it feels like it's a good time to once again reevaluate your goals. I don't know if that's where they're going, but it seems like everybody else is going to be maybe on their quick little journey, or have a little journey of their own, until they have to answer that question for themselves, which is what I'm thinking that they'll do. You have Neo looking absolutely pissed, probably because 1, she didn't get to kill Ruby like she wanted to. 2, she's been betrayed by Sinner before all this. If this is having some connection to the afterlife, maybe she has to face her demons dealing with Roman. Maybe she's having little mind tricks played on her with Cinder stabbing her in the back. I'm not sure. So she's definitely going to be an interesting factor. I don't know if Neo's going to die this volume or not. I'll be fine with it if she does. Like, I know Neo's a fan favorite, but not really to me. Sorry. Whatever. But we also have a noticeable absence of one Jean Arc. And we have this picture right here, who, if you look at him, if you look at the straps on the armor, and you look at the shoulders of the armor, very much resembles what Jean is wearing now. And at least I know that his sword and shield are family heirlooms. I don't know if his armor was said to be heirlooms though. Either way, but what I'm saying is that I think this is going to be more of Jean's ancestors, or maybe specifically the one that fought during the Great War, and we're going to get some Arc family history in one way or another. Because he basically, in losing Pyrrha, he had the red-headed woman. We don't know if that's Pyrrha's relatives. We don't know if that was some ghost or figment of Pyrrha herself. Don't know, but that was able to pull him out of the funk of losing Pyrrha. So now that he's had to once again go and do something else that's pretty traumatizing. So what's going to pull him out of this? Is it going to be his people this time coming in? The people that he looks up to, the person that he wants to be like, that he wants to attend Beacon to continue that warrior lineage? And is this, either him reliving that, seeing that, it coming to speak to him, to help him out? I don't know. But, going back to that central question of what are you, I think that's going to be there for him. Like I said, it would be for the rest of our characters. And a lot of that goes back to the girl who fell through the world, that fairy tale that Oscar told us in Volume 8 when he was in the cell. I think that is possibly, well, that's obviously what we're doing here, but I think we are definitely going to meet her, where you see a girl on a beach, and I'm assuming this is her, but you know what? Crack theory, dark-skinned girl, blue dress, gold undertone, Ciel Soleil. You heard it here first. You wonder where she's been? Right here in Wonderland. This is where Ciel's been. I don't know what to tell you. I don't write it. I just call it like it is. There she goes. Holla at me. If it happens, you're welcome, because I want her back too. But seriously, I'm assuming this is the original girl who fell through the world, and this picture right here specifically is her first time in Wonderland. Obviously she went through her own trials of what are you. She was able to leave somehow, but when she left, she realized she was not the same girl, so maybe she came back to Wonderland to seek comfort. Maybe she just felt like she belonged here more, and I feel like this other picture is who she is currently. You know, like in what we saw in the other picture is more of just a flashback of her explaining how she ended up of how she got here. Maybe she's telling that to our people so they don't end up like her. Could she be the big bad this season? No idea, honestly. And that's one thing I'm really looking forward to, is that I have no idea what's gonna happen. I feel like through 6 through 8, you know, I had a good idea, and I could say, oh, it would make sense if ABC happened and then X, Y, and Z happened because of that. Here, I have no clue. Like, they are going off the wall, Sam Raimi, and I love it. So I'm looking forward to Volume 9. The Justice League movie? Maybe. Elefel? Definitely. It looks like Prime Shantae, so I'm okay with that. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to be talking about Ice Cream 2 maybe in a week or two. Still deciding on how I want to do that. But I'm loving that as it is, so it's going to be more hype. So wait on that, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.